Port Simpson means people of the salt. We now have an Indian name for our village called Kw'alaams. Kw'alaams means Island of Roses. I was born in 1961 and I've been raised here in Port Simpson since then. My mom, right now, her name is Myrtle Ryan, and she is now at Dundas Islands harvesting seaweed and fish. I lead the drumming at the school here in the mornings, and I also lead the local dance group. We're known as the Kw'alaams Tribal Dancers, and I've been doing that for 2 years. Myself and the superintendent of the school, whose contract expired in the middle of this school season, Ed Bradbury, we've sat down and discussed it, put our heads together, and we've just decided to do it, and we tried it. When we first started out, it was slow. We were lucky to have 2 drums in a circle and about 6 people. Now we have almost everyone in the school involved.
Have you noticed a difference in the attitude of the children?
Yes. The attitude of the children sure have changed since we started this drumming. I've got comments from teachers telling me that the drumming in the morning sure inspired them to do their schoolwork. And they do some singing themselves in the class, and the teachers don't want to stop that because they're also doing their schoolwork. In the morning when we do our drumming, we call it Sayat Goldum God of one heart, gathering of one heart. We all come together, we do the singing, we do the drumming, we do it all together. My time at the school and with our local dance group is all volunteer. There's absolutely no money involved. They've offered it to me, but I refused. The dancing and the drumming really touches me in the heart. I just love doing it, and in my opinion, and a lot of locals' opinion, it was meant to be. Like, I'm not just the leader of the drumming in the morning or our local dance group, I'm also a leader of our military Canadian Rangers we have in our local village. And the drumming, to me, is sort of a lift up for me, and it's a lift up for my group. We've been together since 91 or 92, our dance group. And our former leader, Sam Bryant, started it all up, our Kw'alaams Tribal Dancers. And he's moved into Rupert to work, and so he's handed the leadership to me. And there's a lot of positive changes since then.
And can you tell me about the stick that you're holding, please?
This stick I've made 3 days prior to school starting this year. It's a leader shaft. It looks like a spear. It is actually a spear, and it's all made of wood, all cedar, and it's 2 different parts. The spearhead is made out of yellow cedar. The shaft part of it is also yellow cedar. It's just 2 different parts, joined together by string, twine, and I think this is almost like a sinew, the red.
And does it symbolize something in particular? Is it a traditional instrument or tool, or is it just...
This shaft actually acts as a talking stick. That I lead the drumming when I'm hitting the floor with it, the drums beat the same beat. And when I hold the stick up like this, and bring it down, the drum beat stops, but the singing continues. And when I hold the stick up with both hands and then come down, everything stops. And we've been practicing that since I've taken over our dance group and the school. And everybody understands what it's all about, and a lot of people have a lot of respect just for the stick alone. If you held it in your hand right now, you would probably feel that power of it. There's a lot of spirit in the stick.
It's wonderful. So you made it yourself, and then did you have a ritual around it, or just it grows with every time you use it, it gains more?
The stick's power actually grows every time I use it. I never had no ritual for it. Well, the number one reason is because I made it 3 days prior to school starting, and it was ready the day school started, and I really needed something to lead the drumming. It's not too late to have a ritual for it. We still can.
But that sounds like it had its ritual too, the initiation of the school. That was probably its inauguration, or it could have been.
In our dance group, we never ever plan a performance. We just jam. If you try to plan a performance, it's never ever going to work out. So our dance group actually jams. All I say to my dance group when we do a performance is, we're going to do this song next, we're going to do the next song, and everybody knows exactly what to do. We have 7 songs in a full performance, and it takes us 40 minutes to do those 7 songs. We are now learning more songs, and we're also using some of those songs in our performances. So we either take some songs out of our old performance and put some new ones in, or we just split them up into 2 or 3 different phases. But still, that's all I need to do is tell my dancers what song we're going to do next, and they know exactly what to do with it. We tried planning twice. We went traveling up north to Kincolith, and we tried planning our performance there, and it never worked out. We just did.
So you improv.
Yes. We did exactly the opposite of what we were supposed to do. So we never ever planned a performance since then. We went over to Masset last year with a bunch of youth for a youth suicide prevention camp, and we camped out for 2 nights. And while we were singing at our camp, he heard us singing. He thought there was about 50 or 60 of us singing, and there was only 6. There's myself and another guy, and there were 4 women, or 1 woman and 3 teens. And all these people come, they thought there was about 50 or 60 of us singing. And Vern Williams just happened to be one of them, come walking along. And right there and then, he gave us that song, Greeting the Day. And we were the first people he's given it to. He used it himself a few times over in Masset, but he's never given it to anybody before us. And it's a real nice song.